What is going on, everybody? Welcome back into another video from Byerly Studios. Now, this is another video in the tips and tricks playlist here on YouTube. Super excited to put out another video here. Now, this is just a simple, maybe 3 or 4 minute video of us creating a stainless steel metallic finish. Now, we're going to run through all the process for this. As you can see here, this is a highlight clip of us working on the Austin Powers stolen Mojo canister. Yes, it's kind of my version of the replica of the stolen Mojo from Austin Powers, the #2 movie, The Spy Who Shagged Me. So make sure you check out the full-length content. I will link that above there in the link for YouTube, as well as I will link that at the very end of this video. So if you want to see this video, this content in its entirety, all of it from start to finish, not just the side that we're working on here, but the entire thing, then make sure you go and check that out. That video entirety runs about 40 minutes long, and you can also find all of that under the Austin Powers Mojo Tumbler playlist there on the project playlist. So make sure you go check that out. Now, as you can see here, we did sculpt a little kind of a divider or a section extender to go the length of the tumbler there between the dimensional drinks rings. Yes, we have been using some dimensional drink sleeves for this. That's a different video, a different project, but I just wanted to kind of show how I'm going to paint this out. Now, we're using 3 colors specifically for this part, and that is before we apply any kind of rust texture or any kind of grunge and browns to this. This is just solely about the metallic finish that we're going to have before we go into any grunge layers. So think stainless steel. So we're beginning this process by either you could use a Mars Black, or in this situation I am using a Folk Art cast iron. This is a really great color. Make sure you shake it up quite a bit to get those nice deep grays kind of blended in. And when this dries out, it darkens quite a bit and it gives a really nice cast iron look. This by itself is an absolute phenomenal color. Now, because we are going over a Sculpey original that I had really smoothed out quite a bit, it does take about 2 or 3 good layers to get a good coverage over that bleached out white clay. That is not a big deal. It just allows us to apply a lot of overall paint texture, kind of move the paints where we want it to, give it the texture and the metallic grain that we would like it to. I decided to incorporate this plate into going in a horizontal pattern to go along with the overall grain pattern of the rings themselves. Once we have an awesome layer of cast iron down and we let that cure for just a little bit so it doesn't pull up the paint as we paint the next layer, we are going to go into a Folk Art gunmetal gray. This is a brilliant dark shimmer. It really looks very metallic and it looks great. You don't have to necessarily use gunmetal if you don't want to, but I want it to have a nice deep rich undercoat so that those silvers that I go over with sterling silver, yes, sterling silver from Folk Art. This is another awesome metallic that they produce here, and I'm also making sure to go in a horizontal pattern. You can see my brush going horizontally across the metal, and we're going to go ahead and get that metallic finish. Now, you can continuously build up more layers to get more and more of a strong finish over the darks, but then you start to bleach out some of those underdarker colors that you applied before. I really do hope you guys enjoyed this tips and tricks video of us creating this nice, simple metallic finish. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and let me know what colors you like to use.